Yo, salute, salute, salute. Give me just a second, gang.
All the subscribers is at. So it'll be easier for me to get you niggas a deal.
Right.
But niggas want to do their own thing. Everybody want to be the man. So that compounded with a whole bunch of other shit. My cameraman don't answer fucking text messages. He disappears when he wants to. And he thinks that I'm going to take him into a fucking multi-million-dollar situation doing that. But all these niggas sitting up here talking about they businessman. Oh, he's not a businessman. But they didn't do good business. Period. Period.
That's a fact. That's what I was saying, bro.
That is the main reason that they're not on the show. You didn't do good business. You tried to start a show and cut me out of it. Nobody knew what y'all was doing before you came on my show. You came on the show, you thought you could juice it. All right, we're going to get some fun. We're going to get that. Then we're going to take it over here. But you signed contracts saying you would not do that. It's simple. I made sure to put in my cameraman's contract, you have to communicate with me, bro. Because I've been through this with you too many times where he just won't answer. And you got to wonder, is he getting the messages? I can see that he's reading them, but he's just not responding. That's childish. Any other job that anybody else on earth takes, your job is hitting you up and you're just constantly ignoring them. How long you think you're going to be at that job?
Right.
But these haters, first of all, the deal they talking about, I don't know where they got the number from. I don't know what. They did find out that something was on the table. I don't think it's anyone else's business until something is closed for me to bring it up, right?
Right.
Because the last time I brought something up, I got the feeling that when it didn't work out, people felt like it was me. So I kept it to myself. But I spoke to my cameraman. But I guess these niggas ain't have no faith. They jumped ship early. And I said, oh, y'all niggas got y'all own show now? Oh, okay, this is good. At first, I thought it was Esso and Hynaken. Then I found out Space Ghost was shooting their show. I'm like, why are you doing that? Oh, so when we wanted to get Steven Jackson on the show and nobody was available, this is what you was doing. But this is the reason why I put exclusivity in the contract so nothing would get in the way of us doing episodes.
Right. So
niggas got greedy. They saw an opportunity. I'm guessing they had a plan to try to Rory and Mile me. And then when they heard, oh, there might be a huge deal on the table, then you want to double back after trying to extort me, after violating your contract, and then get online and say, I'm doing bad business. This shit is crazy.
Right.
Shit makes no sense, bro.
They fumbled the bag.
They fumbled at the worst possible time.
Damn. That's fucked up. Hey, yo, Chuck, Ghost.
You could go look at this.
Yo.
See, when those episodes started dropping, from the second time that they dropped the episode, that's when they've been off the show. They've been off the show for like a month and a half, almost 2 months now. But now you speaking up. Now you want to say it was bad business. Now you want to say I owe you money. I wonder why. Oh, you ain't been getting no views. Oh, nobody ain't been watching the bullshit that y'all been putting out. Oh, okay. So now you need some views. So you're going to act like, oh, we left because you didn't leave. You violated your contract. It was over.
Right. It's a dub.
Everybody can go. And if your mindset, I know people probably thinking, but he had other hosts that left. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. I do a lot with the show. If you come around and you see what's going on, you see everybody can be sitting down. I'm the one moving around the room.
That's a fact.
Not to say everybody don't play their part, but I know, this is on me. If this shit fail, they're not going to blame the co-host. They're not going to blame the cameraman. They're going to blame me. So my work ethic is different. And if you come around and you don't got the same work ethic as me, and you don't take it as seriously as me, you're going to be gone. All the problems they come complaining about, how come Mick ain't complaining about it? How come Big ain't complaining about it? Oh, because they didn't violate their contracts. Right. So I don't know, people are sympathetic to losers. Not to call them losers, but you lost an opportunity. And you want to paint it like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. But here's the thing. Had I never kicked you off the show, would you be complaining right now?
Definitely wouldn't be.
Because if they talking about the money, I've been paying you niggas for months. For months. Now it's the problem?
Yeah, Esso say he wasn't getting paid since June. I'm like, bro.
First of all, let me tell you about this Esso character. This nigga brought two niggas to me talking about, they could get a situation at Revolt. They tied in Revolt. These niggas was offering me deals that Revolt did not okay. Lowballing is crazy. I'm finally getting contact through another one of my contacts with the Revolt people, and they're like, yo, we don't know them guys. Stop talking to them. Stop talking to them. They have no right to offer you a situation on any type of terms. But this is what Esso brought to the table. Come on, man. Niggas did bad business, now they trying to flip it. That's whack. That's whack. What's the point of you putting these details and saying 2.7? What's the point of you doing that? You're trying to draw attention. Never once was that a number that was even thrown out there. But you're trying to draw attention because nobody's watching your show after a month and a half. Go back and check. These niggas been doing that show for like 2 months now.
Right.
So, it is what it is. I wish niggas the best. But I just wish that they didn't have to try to slander me to get your name up. I did enough. I brought you guys on the platform. We had great chemistry. But somewhere along the line, somebody started to think they were smarter than the captain. Somebody started to think, let's hold back information. Let's talk amongst ourselves. Let's create something separate. You violated. Niggas can say what they want. I dare them to show receipts. I dare these niggas to show receipts. I dare them. You know what it's going to show? Oh, you got paid more than you were supposed to get paid. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you got paid for episodes where you had to go take care of your parents? And you wasn't there? Oh, you niggas got $3,500 bonuses? For nothing? I dare one of these niggas to show receipts. I dare them. But you're not going to see that. You're just going to hear, oh, he's not a businessman. I'm not a businessman. But you violated your contract. Cool. They're saying everything except that. And it's whack that you feel like you need to tear me down now because you fucked up.
Nah, bro, I agree, my nigga.
And that's the bottom line to this whole shit, bro.
Becca
The
ain't
bottom
saying a
line.
word. Bigger ain't crying. Like,
Nobody else saying the shit that they saying.
hey, yo,
Oh, it was the money. It was the money. Did you leave because of the money? No. No, you didn't. You got fired. Keep it real.
niggas ain't walk off the show, right?
No. They got fired. You went and got a sponsorship, which was probably off the strength of my expert opinion. And you took that and you went and created your own show, which is a violation. What sense does it make for 3 of my cast members to have a separate show where they're interviewing guests? What sense does that make? What does that say? We want what you got.
Right.
We're not satisfied with being team players. We want what you got. I had a faster way to get them there. They didn't want to listen to me. Because in Esso's mind, artists are not businessmen. And I swear to God, that shit used to piss me off every time I heard it, because I'm like, yo, but you work for me. But you work for me. Every episode, you artists are not businessmen, but you work for me. Niggas thought they were smart. Now, instead of biting the bullet and saying, you know what, we did something stupid, they're pointing fingers in every other direction. Is it the money? Is it him not valuing us? Which one is it? How could I not value you when you signed the contract? I came to these guys with the contracts. I said, I want to lock y'all down. I want to, stay here. I'm going to pay you. And if you create a new show, I'm going to pay you. And if you do a show without me, I'm going to pay you double. If you bring a guest in, I'm going to pay you double. And niggas brought 2 guests. That whole time that they was there. 2 guests.
Damn.
Like, come on, man.
Hey, yo. That's crazy.
This happened. There'd be a simple explanation for all this shit, but sometimes you gotta wait for the other side to tell their side of the story too. Cause some shit just don't make sense. Why just the 3 of y'all niggas left? Why Big and Mick ain't leave?
That's a fact, man. They got.
Why after 2 months of your own separate show, why wasn't that the first episode? Yo, we out of here because of da-da-da-da-da. Niggas saw me staying quiet, and they say, oh, we got the opportunity to paint a narrative. Math ain't gonna slander us. Math ain't gonna say nothing about us. We got the opportunity to paint a narrative and try to steal some more from this show. I wish niggas the best, man. I wish niggas did the best. And for anybody going into business, if you're not around, if you know that you're solid, only bring solid people around you. Niggas is questionable, and from the first time people see you around them, they calling you and they saying, yo, son, I don't know about son. I don't know why you got that nigga next to you. Pay attention to phone calls like that, because I got plenty of them, and I didn't pay attention to it.
Damn.
It is what it is, man.
Hold on, Math. Yo, our ghost. Your ghost. Our ghost. Not that ghost. Not your ghost. Your ghost.
Yo.
You wanted to ask Math something?
Yeah, what up, Math? I wanted to ask you this. I watched the interview with Esso and Hynaken, and Esso was speaking about y'all's contract. You said something as well about they breached the contract, right? Well, in the interview, he said that the contract that he signed, you never sent back to him. That's one. Did you ever sign that contract and send it back? And the second question was, he said you breached the contract by not paying them on time. Is that true as well?
All right, there's such a thing called force majeure, right? Force majeure is when there's a term or there may be a breach that you don't adhere to, and you have to make a move on that. The problem was my accounts got twisted for a second, so I had to pay them in cash. And after every episode, while I'm cleaning up the shop, these niggas would leave, so the episode stacked up. So I had to pay them. You know, eventually they came to my crib. It wasn't no pull up, like we had to pull up this crib. I told them, come to my house, and I'm gonna pay you. And they got paid. And they got paid extra. But they didn't leave the show once it was breached. Now, if they had left the show once it was breached, then you would have the right to say, well, you breached the contract, so it's over. But they didn't leave.
So that
So that was
contract
the term that you agreed to. If I missed a day, you was okay with that. If there's mad stuff going on the weekend, oh, my bad, I got y'all on Tuesday. If you would say, once you see a pattern of that, cool. You were cool with it. That's not why you left. I didn't breach the contract. These are understandable. Okay, the accounts are twisted. How the fuck do you expect me to pay? I got text messages that I can show. I can show y'all your space. Do you want your money? Come get your money. I lost $6,000 in cash walking around with this nigga's money, and he never came to get it. Lost the wallet one night.
Yeah, I noticed he said that on the interview as well. Like, that didn't resonate with me what he was saying as well, because he was basically saying, like, you know, I don't want to have to ask nobody for my payment. They just need to know. Well, you know, people can't read minds. You know what I'm saying? Like, a person needs to know what you expect them to pay you if you want to get paid. That's like if I go do a job for somebody, and I don't tell them what I'm charging for this job, how the fuck they know what they supposed to pay me?
Right. Now here's the thing. They all know where I live. They all got my phone. If pride was stopping you from saying, yo, I'm fucked up, because every week you on the show acting like you the supreme businessman and you got bread, but you really fucked up and you need this money. Okay, I understand. But if I did it once or twice, and there were times that I was like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, because I'm doing so much things in between that. You know, we're like this is a new business. This is a new space for me. So I might not get it right all the time. But if it was a breach, you should have left then.
Right. When it comes to that contract that they speaking of, they said you never sent it back to them. Did you actually ever sign the contract and send it back to them? Is that true or is it false?
I signed the contract, and I do believe they got it back. Space signed his in person, so yeah, I signed it in front of him.
Uh-huh.
Do the same thing. Now, if they don't have the contract, then okay. Why is it an issue now? Because once you guys breached, I said, that's it. Now it's the issue. So because Math was late with a couple payments. Ask them if they got bonuses. Ask them if they got paid more than they were supposed to be paid. Let's see if they'll lie about that. Even when the payments was late, I paid them extra. Ask them about that. So if you want to say that I breached first, then you should have left. You should have left. But you knew the circumstances under which that happened. And I can argue that. Yo, my accounts was twisted. Couldn't do nothing about it.
Is it true y'all, they alleged that y'all had a meeting, that y'all had set up a dinner to rectify the situation?
Say it again?
They alleged that y'all had a dinner set up to rectify the situation, and they said at the last minute you ain't show up. Is that true? And if so, is there a reason why you didn't show up?
Listen, my faith has increased with every bit of success. However, I can't lie to y'all and be like, yo, I'm not the same nigga. I can't. Once a nigga says to me, yo, give me $100,000 and you'll get your shit back, I'm not sitting across no dinner table with you.
I told you that.
I'm not.
That's when the Brooklyn come out.
Yeah, nah, that starts sounding like extortion when niggas speaking that kind of language.
And especially when you sign the contract, these same niggas that love talking about this contract, you sign the contract saying all this shit belongs to me. For months, I've been saying, yo, Space, can you put... All right, cool. Yo, Space, put all the episodes in this hard drive. Give it back to me. Yo, Space, where's the hard drive? 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 Yo, Space, when you're not available and you got to go take care of your daughter and all that, can you find somebody to train? I'll still pay you for the episodes. Space Ghost did not shoot the Vlad TV episode. He did not shoot the Omar Epps episode. Ask him if he got paid for those. Still. He refused to find a replacement. He wanted all of the shit to be on his back so he could ignore me and feel like he got some sort of power over me. And now you breach your contract. Like seriously, like, come on, let just imagine in your mind, Gilly decides to shoot a whole separate show where he's interviewing guests.
Can y'all share
You
the
think
room?
Lalo ain't gonna look at him like,
room,
nigga,
y'all,
you
please.
crazy? Where you getting these guests from? Is people hitting you up to get on this show and you taking them over there? I don't know what these niggas doing. They got 2 shows.
That's crazy.
My shit reconnecting with him. Can y'all share the
Y'all
room?
ping up and share the room. Ping up and share the room. We got Math Hoffa in here right now. He breaking
Oh
down
yeah,
the
nigga. I've been pinging, nigga. I'm pinging
With
the
his
whole
show.
fucking shit.
So y'all ping up and share the room. Ping and share in the hallways. Math Hoffa in the building.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Esso to come in right now, so we can have
Big
a
ups,
little
respect to
discussion.
whoever put this together.
Can I get in the queue? Or is there one?
Yeah. Hold on, y'all. We get these questions out the way. We'll get y'all in the queue.
My shit hung up, gang. Hold on. He gonna call back, but so far, Ghost, was I on the money?
Yeah, hell yeah. You was definitely on the money. You know what I'm saying? And what it sounded like from listening to what they were saying, what Hynaken and Esso was saying in their interview, it don't sound like they was telling no lies, and it don't sound like Mav telling no.
My opinion, moving forward, either solo or
Pay Space Ghost.
Yeah, he couldn't. That's what I'm
he said.
saying. Yeah.
Was trying to work out a side deal, basically.
Yeah, because all right,
With these, you think they had an ulterior motive from the beginning?
yeah, hell yeah.
What you think
Hell
that
yeah.
ulterior motive was? In your opinion?
Come on the show, get some light, get some attention. When Esso sent his the dudes that claimed to be representing Revolt over, I think they was gonna try to rape the bank. The shit that they was offering me and what, other networks was offering, and it makes sense. And I'm like, yo, these your peoples. Why they moving like that? And then when I finally got to some Revolt representatives, they were like, yo, we don't know who that is. Stop talking to them. Why would you send these niggas at me?
You think you basically saying you feel like they was trying to make side deals. They was trying to work out a side deal, basically.
Yeah, because all right,
with these people who was representing.
I'm a middleman.
Falsely was representing Revolt.
Right, falsely representing. Now I'm a middleman. I'm gonna get you for the low, and then I'm gonna go press for the high at Revolt, and I'm gonna eat up all this money, and you gonna get the little bullshit that I told you that they offered you.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
But these are niggas that he introduced me to. He brought them to me. Had I And had I not had like a suspicion, like, yo, why does it take so long for these niggas to respond? Why is it, this shit ain't making no sense. Another one of my mans was like, oh, you trying to speak to, man, listen, talk is cheap, bro. Watch this. I get on the line with them. I'm like, yo, I was doing negotiations with such and such. And they're like, who's that? I don't know who that is, but they're not authorized to do that. Stop talking to them. And this is coming from the big businessman on the show, right? Bet. So dudes could say what they want. They was doing too much. Doing too much. You got a cameraman that don't answer text messages or nothing. You're guessing whether he got the message or not. It looks like he read it. Like, come on, why am I doing that? How are we supposed to grow working like this? What are you, a child? A simple yes or no response is too difficult for you? And then when I tell you to bring somebody in, I'll still pay you. And I showed you episodes that you didn't shot. I still paid you for. I didn't have to do that. But you still wouldn't bring nobody in. So we was basically crippled anytime you felt like not answering messages. Shit makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense. And I'm going to walk into a bigger situation with this? Nah, y'all bugging. Y'all bugging out. You can say I ain't the businessman, but I'm pretty sure if there's a businessman listening right now, he like, yeah, hell no, that shit don't fly. That shit don't fly.
What up, man? You already know. I'm gonna echo that.
Yo, let's get them shares up. Salute, Math. Let's get them shares up. Y'all share the room for us. Got Math Hoffa in the building.
Yeah, so I didn't even want to talk about this, bro. They've been going for 2 months. For 2 months, they've been out the picture.
So why is it just now coming up now?
Because they ain't been getting the same views. Their show hasn't been bringing in the same views. You got to listen to their conversation. You hear these niggas talking like they're responsible for the growth of the show. To me, that sound like I heard motherfuckers saying they made Hov. Made Hov say, okay, so make another Hov.
Factimony.
Hey, was you even aware that Esso was starting the show with DJ Clue? Was you aware of that previous?
No, I didn't. But a couple of his guests reached out to us. Then all of a sudden I ain't hear nothing. And I see him pop up over there. I'm like, oh, okay. People are telling me, yo, you probably should publicly say that you're not connected to these dudes because people are still calling them to get on the show. And you don't know what they're saying to them. But I'm like, nah, I don't want to make shit look weird. They thought that I wasn't saying anything. I'm guessing now. They thought I wasn't saying anything because I didn't want to revert like let people know that it was off the show, like it was gonna mess something up. Nobody cares. We done dropped like 4 episodes without them. It's probably been like 2 comments.
The numbers
about Hynaken and Esso. 2 comments in thousands.
Math, yo, the numbers went up. It's not like the numbers went down.
Right. But they sitting there saying, oh yeah, the numbers is gonna go down on his show. What? Why are you even wishing that on me? A nigga that y'all violated, who treated y'all a way that this 50 wasn't treating y'all. All the other platforms you was on wasn't treating y'all. But you want to turn around and say, I did bad business? How I did bad business? How many subscribers did This Is 50 have? How much was they paying you? How many did I have? And how much did I pay you? But I did bad business? Make it make sense. Make this shit make sense.
I have a question for you, Math. What's up? This is Angie. I'm like right in above you, in the room. All right. So I think that everything happens for a reason, and this is growing pains, and I feel like your show is going to continue to grow. My question to you is, now that this is happening, you know, all publicity is good publicity because now there's more people, more eyes on what you're doing. My question to you is, what are you excited for in the future? How do you plan, like, because now you got to focus on what's ahead, which you know you're going to continue to grow. So what is it that you're excited for now, and how are you going to move on? Like after this, like once you address this and you put this to bed, you going to move on, you going to keep doing you. So what are you excited for? That's my question.
I'm excited for, I'm excited for giving other people the opportunities that I didn't have.
That's what's up.
You understand what I'm saying, Angie?
Mm-hmm.
Angie, like I want to create shows. Like I got two guys, shout out to Adam 23. Shout out to my man Fred Money. I'm creating a show with these guys. I want to give other platforms the opportunity to grow. I'm looking forward to having a real black network, or a network of minorities, or you know, just great content. I want to see how far I can go. I feel like every day that I wake up, it's like you know those shows with the shopping cart. You got 15 minutes to get everything that you can get. That's how I feel when I wake up in the morning.
That's dope. I'm excited to see what's in your future, because it's going to be bright, and you got a lot of stuff that you're doing and you want to give people. I feel like you going through this because it's giving you the experience. This way, when you start reaching the goals that you want to achieve, you can help people and you know what to avoid. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. Don't let it get you down. Keep going.
Angie, thank you. And it's something that my life coach always tell me. New levels, new devils.
That's a fact.
New levels, new devils.
That's crazy.
If you read the Bible, if you're a spiritual person, you see that God always requires a sacrifice. Now, not a sacrifice in the sense that you got to kill a lamb, or you got to give somebody up to the Illuminati, but there might be a connection or something that you're holding on to that you have to let go of to be able to go to the next level. And for me, I was holding on to Space Coast. Even though people was telling me like, yo, this ain't good for business, bro. Yo, damn, we missed out on that interview. Why he won't answer his phone? I was trying to hold on because, you know, I know how things look. You know, Knowledge was on a platform first. Misfit was on a platform first. If they went their ways, nobody never spoke bad about me. But being that these three are speaking bad, now people are bringing them up like they had a problem. That was a mutual thing with the two of us. But I knew I still had to figure it out. I still had to keep it going. And I found a way. And when I found a squad that I felt like, okay, this could work, I guess I was too generous. And people started feeling like they could just walk all over what I was doing. So I'm learning. You know, like anybody who's been in this position for the first time, I'm learning. You know, Joe went through his shit. He was learning. Everybody else that went through their shit, they were learning. Allow me to learn. I'm not saying that I'm not going to make no mistakes. But in this particular situation, I'm just mad that nobody else won't take the accountability and say, yo, we played ourselves. We had a good situation, and we played ourselves trying to be greedy or not believing in this man who was pushing us to do more, who was always pushing us to do more.
So your map ain't no coming back for this. It is what it is at this point.
Bro, once you hitting me with extortion quotes, it's gonna be a while before I forget about that. It's gonna be a while, and now you got to deal with you know what comes with that.
No, that just show your growth right there.
Hey, yo, Math, let me ask you this question real quick. Like, so you going to Revolt? Is like the concept still going to be the same? And are you going to replace the two guys?
Well, here's the thing. That's not even, you know, everything ain't in stone yet. You dig what I'm saying? You never know where we going to end up. But if it does go down that way, I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. Get a couple people up there, see if I could gel with them. If it works, put them on contract, making them an employee. If it doesn't, I'll do work for hires. Anybody that come in the seat, you get a flat rate. Let's have a good night. You're getting paid to talk.
That's a good idea. Just keep working, and whatever chemistry you get, you're gonna get. Like, don't be so worried about like who's gonna be in the seat, because then it's just like you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah, man, I can tell you real fast. What's up, the DWI? I can tell you from experience that nobody's bigger than the platform and the content. And you've been through. I met you coming in the game doing what you was doing for all these years, and you still. So I'm not even gonna speak on nobody else. I just know how shit go already.
Damien, you in the matrix.
Yeah, you're in the matrix.
Yo, D, your joint was going out a little bit.
Yo, Matt, real quick, hold on,
yeah.
Because we got mad people in here. We need to share up the room so that this message can get across to the clubhouse and our bar. Can everybody please share the room twice?
So I'm gonna just say this one more time. With everything that they're saying, what they're not saying is we violated our contract. We went and created shows behind his back. The contract clearly says that we're not supposed to do that. Space Ghost, you violated your contract. I purposely put it in the contract that you have to communicate with me. And you refuse to do that. I can't take y'all into a situation where a whole company is relying on me and y'all doing shit like this. I can't. As much as I love Space Ghost, I still love him. I hate what he's doing, but I still love him. And as much as I got a history with Hynaken, Hynaken knows. I did things for him that he was like, yo, nobody never did this for me, bro. Same thing with Esso. He might not want to admit it because, his ego's out of control. And this nigga think he's responsible for everything without doing any work. You know what I'm saying? So I like that crew. That's why I put them under contract. But you guys violated the contract. You can't sit there and say, he's not a businessman. I'm tired of y'all running that narrative. Just because I'm an artist, just because I'm a battle rapper or whatever, like, don't put me, my nigga, there's a nigga named Jay-Z. Do you know who that is? Tell him he's not a businessman because he's an artist. Look at yourself and see, oh, I signed a contract and I did that. I didn't do good business. Simple.
Everybody's learning how to do business in this podcast space as well. So that's an unfair narrative to me, because it's somewhat of a newly formed industry. And we're seeing these type of situations where guys are getting in disputes over money, over IP and things of that nature. The business itself is kind of forming in real time on a daily basis.
Right. Understandable. But if you read, if someone hands you a contract and the contract says, do not do any other shows, how do you get confused in that?
There should be no confusion.
So when you go and create a show, I don't know how you got the sponsor, but you go and create a show doing the same thing that we're doing on our show, but you cut me out of it. What am I supposed to do?
That's crazy.
Hey, yo, Math, handle business.
Hey, yo, Math, I have a quick question. Did Flip ever tell you how Space Ghost did him dirty before you was ever introduced to Space Ghost?
Yes, he did, and that's why I made sure Space Ghost was paid before I was making money.
Rockweiler in the building.
Facts, man, because Space Ghost, I heard stories about Space Ghost from Flip about how crazy this, he just left.
Look, regardless of what, Space Ghost is like he's like an artist, but he's a little immature. He does great work when he's dedicated to it. But his attitude is not the type of attitude you want to do business with. He disappears. He's literally the Space Ghost. He's literally the Space Ghost. Like, he goes ghost on you. And your business is in limbo until he feels like resurfacing.
He kind of did that same thing too, Flip. Come to think about it, he spent off with a show out the Queen's Flip with another dude.
The thing that disturbs me the most about Space Ghost is if you have any problems, bro. We've been around each other for 3 years. Why didn't you just pick up your phone and say something? Like, why am I being blindsided? When did I make you feel? I run a talk show. How do you feel like you can't talk to me? Makes no sense.
Hey, Mav, do you feel like, I mean, all us as viewers, anybody that really watches the show that's a loyal viewer, I mean, we all love the chemistry of you and Hynaken and Esso. We like what all y'all bring to the table, right? Do you feel like, knowing that, and I know you feel the chemistry and see the chemistry as well, do you feel like it's at least worth trying to rectify the situation, or you just all the way over it? I know you saying you over it with Space Ghost because of the, the extortion attempts or whatever, but when it comes to Hynaken or Esso, are you open at all to even trying to rectify the situation, just for business purposes?
I'm an avid believer in fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I gotta eat that. I know it sounds hard or like, yo, damn, it's like that, but that's what it takes if you want to be really successful. The excuses that you make for other people eventually become the excuses that you make for yourself. And if I keep making excuses for people that's not doing what they're supposed to do, eventually I'm not going to be doing what I'm supposed to do.
That was bars.
So, man, what do you say to the
hold on. Let him finish answering the question, bro. He's still talking.
No, so when you see a situation where I think these guys, I think there was good chemistry. But I didn't think that it was a terrible show before they got there. I think it was a great show before they got there. There was good chemistry between Me, Knowledge, and Misfit. Differences separated that, split that up, but it was still a good show after they left. And it will continue to be a good show. I got an episode with Smith and Wesson coming up that I feel like is going to blow people's minds because I got a real answer for a question that people have always wanted to know. Same thing with I'll Be Out. I'm just more comfortable when I'm around people who move. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to I'll Be Out, Free the Real. You know what I'm saying? Go check that project out. But I'm more comfortable with people who have the same moral guidelines as me. And sometimes when a nigga tell you he's all about business, you need to beware because it usually means that they're shady. It's a shame that things got to go this way, but at the end of the day, my true loyalty and everybody's true loyalty lies with their family. I can't decide, okay, I Nala, Ja, I can't feed you this month because Space Ghost won't answer his phone. I'm not doing that. Or, the show's losing traction because these guys are funneling my guests to their platform behind my back. That's not cool. I believe in karma. I don't know about everybody else. I believe in karma. So I try not to do people wrong. I pray that success doesn't blind me. That's in my prayers. That's in my daily mantra. That success does not blind me to the point where I don't see what I'm doing wrong to people around me. But I'm not going to allow people to just keep doing shit and it's cool. Like, realistically, if they really had a problem like that, why would you wait 2 months to start talking about it? Why would you out that before anybody else could put any type of information out there or whatever about possible situation? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You need views. Because apparently you weren't bringing as much to the table as you thought you were. It is what it is, man.
Do you feel like they brought a lot to the table?
I felt like I loved what they brought to the table. That's why I came to them with contracts. Leave it up to them. I don't know. They might have still been showing up for free. That's why I'm amazed by all this talk about money, because it's like, yo, y'all wanted to work for free. I said, no, I'm gonna pay y'all. I created a show called The Drop. By the way, I got an episode coming up with La Russell. Shout out to La Russell. And that was for them. You can go on my channel, look up The Drop. You'll see 4 episodes. I said, here, this could be a separate show that y'all can run. Y'all can, you know what I mean? All this stuff y'all talking about. Always talking about, artists want to offer us money to come on the platform. Like, no, you can't pay for my expert opinion. You can't pay to get up here. If y'all want to do that on this show. There you go. Eat. They never booked one artist.
You can't force people to have the same hustle as you. You can't take everybody with you.
You can't. You can't. And God will make sure. He's like, yo, I got this for you, but move away from them.
Because you can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves.
But I can tell that they want it because now they're turning to slandering me.
That ain't the way.
It ain't the way. I got where I'm at. Battle rap didn't get me to where I'm at right now. And I figured something out. As much as I love battle rap, it is a toxic culture. I got here by showing love. It wasn't about the drama. It wasn't about that. I got here showing love. So as much views as they might get, slandering me for an hour and 45 minutes, unless you're going to do that every single show, you're not going to get the same views. And my lawyer already sent out a cease and desist because y'all throwing shit out there that's just ridiculous. And none of them, not one of them is saying we violated the contract. That's why we're off the show.
This experience is part of your journey and you're going to learn from it. And the thing about it is, like you said, it's going to have its moment, but eventually it's going to die out. And you just got to press forward and focus on the future. That's how I look at it. Because this is free pub for you too.
But I don't like this type of pub. That's why I had an issue with the Yayo episode. It's not my goal to show people unresolved conflict. I want them to see that grown men can have conversations, disagree with each other, and everything be cool.
Yeah. So you're gonna turn it into something positive. There's all the eyes that are on you now. You just show them what you got planned.
First clip for Albial dropping tomorrow. First clip for Smith & Wesson probably drop on Monday.
Oh, hey, Smith & Wesson, I'm excited for that.
This is selfish one right here. When the full D Rose dropping?
Say it again.
When the full D Rose dropping?
Well, I want that full D Rose. Pause.
Oh yeah, pause that.
That is a wild pause.
So Math, I wanted to just clear the airwaves. So the meeting at Carmine's didn't happen, right? Because of the what you were saying, like you felt like the extortion shit.
I'm gonna keep it real. Bigger was pushing, Mech was pushing, but the night before, Space Ghost, again, ignoring my text messages and my calls my girl after saying some disrespectful shit about me and says, yo, you give me 100,000, you get his stuff back. So after that, That's when they all got on the phone. I spoke to Mac. I was like, yo, Mac, I can't deal with this no more. I gotta put out something saying these guys are no longer associated with the show. He was like, wait, let me see if I can get him on the phone. Got him on the phone. Bigger got him on the phone. No, Bigger got him on the phone. And it just didn't sit well with me. Like, I'm going to sit across the table and listen to you gripe about what? Trying to extort me by violating the contract? I had to add up everything that I did and add up everything that they did. And I said, nah, this isn't fair. And what am I showing the rest of the people that's on the show if I tolerate this type of shit? Nah, I can't do this. And then somebody worth $1 billion hit me up that same night. It was like, hey, come toast it up. And I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna do that instead.
So is it more about Space Ghost being at the meeting is why you didn't go? If Space Ghost wasn't at the meeting, it was just Hynaken and Esso, you would have went though?
Hynaken and Esso, but even in that, like I've been seeing the subs, I've been seeing, Esso, he did a couple of interviews where he was like, supposedly people got a problem with me. This is another thing that pissed me off. He used to post up who was on the show the very next day, and I didn't want people to know the lineup. I wanted, the fans to be surprised. Like sometimes when a clip drop and they're like, oh, snap, he got such and such on the show.
Facts. Big facts.
But he wanted to build up his Instagram following, but he was faking like it was promotion for the show. No, it wasn't. You were trying to build your Instagram following. And in the same clip, he's like, niggas got a problem with me posting them. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, damn, bro. All that?
Yeah, I just hate it had to get to this because it seems like listening to they grievances and listening to your grievances sound like y'all got a lot of the same grievances. And maybe if this shit wouldn't have spilled into what it is now, maybe y'all could have fixed it because they all sound like fixable grievances, bro. But
extortion is not a fixable grievance.
Not with him. That extortion part, nah.
Right.
I couldn't go for that neither. But when it comes to Hynaken and Esso, it sounds like y'all got a lot of the same grievances, bro.
And you know what? I even considered possibly having them back for like topic episodes. So I know Esso doesn't do good with guests. He likes to talk about himself too much. So I have him on for like maybe topics, we debate shit or whatever. But it was just too much, bro. It was just too much, man. And me personally, I get tired of hearing niggas saying artists ain't businessman every week. And just projecting that narrative. There are artists out there that's great businessmen. I don't like that narrative. So I could tell that there was already like a underlying disrespect towards me every episode. I just didn't want to deal with it no more. Like, what's the point?
If I can chime in, man, this is Larry. I'm from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening, man. Salute. And what I hear, brother, is you going through the growing pains of running a business and the growing pains of somebody underestimating your intelligence. They had a hidden agenda, and it seemed like with their hidden agenda, they acted on it prematurely, and you caught it by following the lines of your contract like you're supposed to as a businessman. And when you seen foul play, you acted on it. It sounded like that definitely they conspired, which a lot of people do is they play the political game. From what it sounded like, it may not have been all of them. It may have been one of them, but what happens is once you got one rotten apple spoil a bunch, they start conspiring and getting together and formulating a plan.
Yeah.
And somebody always try to make their plan, bigger than your plan to get everybody to the promised land and get them to act prematurely on some shit. And it sounded like that's what took place.
That's what happened. And shout out to Chicago. Yo, I used to feel the energy after a while when I walked into the shop. And I should joke with these niggas like, when y'all gonna let me in the other group chat? And they used to like, there ain't no other group chat. But I felt it. Like, nah, something wrong here. When you come from a certain background, or even for like niggas that have been to jail, you kind of learn you can hear what somebody's saying, but you watch everything about them to see if what they're saying matches up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And after a while, I could tell that the love just wasn't there. Something was going on.
Handshakes wasn't matching smiles?
Word.
They playing a corporate game on you. Like a lot of times also with this is when you're from a certain background, man. I'm from, like I said, I'm from Chicago. I run an independent record label, Lost Incorporated. I built it from the streets. So when you're coming from that element, you got individuals that come together and they think they can outsmart someone. They see your platform and they see, what doors you can open up from influence, from information, whatever the case may be.
Right.
But then they come together and say, okay, this is how we gonna win with this, because this guy don't know this or this guy don't know that. And they try to act like you undeserving of what you work your ass off to build.
Right.
Like you undeserving of it. Like they can do better with your platform or do better with with your dreams and what you trying to put out there to the world. And that's
and I feel it. I felt it. And
yeah, you feel it.
After hearing everything that Esso was saying about artists, I knew he looked at me like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I found out that the people that he brought to me wasn't with Revolt, and Revolt never heard of him, like, nah, son.
That was the finesse to get you going.
Yeah, in the back of my mind, I'm like, was you down with that?
That's the finesse to find out what you would take, to find out what they can give you, what you'll settle for. And then once that's how that game go, to find out what you'll settle for, and then take them numbers and then pitch them up to the real people. Once they got a premise.
And I get it. That's business, but I wonder how that would have played out if I wasn't smart enough to see what's really up.
And Mav, to be real, bro, like not that I fuck with him, but because I do fuck with him. This is a nigga you could get on the phone, you could talk to this nigga. Like, there's no way that communication, whatever their problem was, they could not have communicated with that man. As he said, they pulled up to his crib. Like, this nigga, you can call him, you can conversate with him. He ain't like that. Like, you see, he on here now.
I did a lot. I offered to pay for these niggas' personal trainers. I'm like, y'all niggas can't be on the show with baby arms, man. Come on, man.
Nigga, what Mav said, get your weight up, fam.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'll pay for your personal trainer. Yo, bro, I did too much for niggas to turn around and say I was a foul nigga. Too much.
I never spend $1 on my own money when I'm with Mav Papa. Never.
So, Mav, what do you say? What do you say to the rumors and whispers that the beef or the tension or what have you stems from the Tony Yayo interview and the interaction we seen on the screen?
Nah, I mean, partly because, again, like, Hynaken said something that wasn't true. Like, we had Remy on the show twice.
What did Hynaken say that wasn't true?
He said that, Yayo, when I met you on the day that Mickey Fax said he was writing for Remy Martin.
Hey, yo.
And that did sound crazy.
That's crazy.
Now, if that was real, we had Remy on the show twice. You didn't bring it up. The day that clip came out, Mickey hit my phone like, yo, come on, man. What is niggas doing, man? What is niggas doing? It's not what I said. I said we used to write together.
Even if that was real, Mav, nobody was supposed to say that in that type of setting, in that type of way.
Yeah, why are you throwing people under the bus?
Right.
For views? Oh, this is what you do. Okay. All right. And, we called him the bleep man. It was funny, but it was a way to not get sued, because some of the shit that he was saying was like, yo, bro, what are you doing? What do you mean you want to choke this chick? What's wrong with you?
But that's
nigga Yayo had him hype.
But that's the way he was doing it on This Is 50 too. If y'all ain't see it, he used to get bleeped a lot, and they had to cut up the interview.
And no disrespect to This Is 50, but if he was the guy over there, then it should still be going the way it was going in the past, right?
we know who was the guy. That nigga Jack was the guy. He was the
Right.
Yeah, that was the guy. Jack Thriller Factory.
Yo, Matt, let me ask you a question.
Yo,
I
don't
want to make this clear though. I don't hold no hard feelings towards nobody because I feel like everything. Yeah. People say everything happens for a reason. The reason is to learn from it.
I gotta clear up something. Hold on.
Fact.
Yo, don't throw out just Jack Thriller. Don't forget about DJ Thorough because I do fuck with This Is 50. And let me just clear that. All right, y'all good?
Right.
Your part self. Let me chime in right quick. Yo, Matt, Versace, I'm gonna ask you a question. When I seen that interview with 5 Mics, right? I felt some kind of hate coming from Esso's side of the couch when nigga 5 Mics was giving your flowers and talk about how he gonna pay homage and sign you to a deal and all that. He looked like that shit ain't rub him right. Like, damn,
Esso's the type of guy that he has to be the man. He doesn't know how to play any other role. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go on my Instagram page. There was during a break during the Guru interview. Guru surprised me by pulling out one of my old mixtapes. Look at Esso's face. Look at his face, bro. The nigga used to sit across from me. You've been on the show for months. Talking about, I don't watch battle rap. I don't know nothing about that. Like, why are you saying that? If you don't, why are you saying that? You're making a point to say, oh, I don't pay no mind to math?
Facts. He would always talk about how he didn't know like battle rap.
But you're being paid by a battle rapper. But you're openly saying that you don't pay no mind to it and you didn't know none of the shit that Math was doing. Why are you doing that? To make yourself look more important?
Salute to Math Hoffa, yo. Math Hoffa, you just witnessed what Biggie was going through with Puff. Managers all in the video, bro. That's all it is. That nigga was hating on you, bro. That nigga wanted to be famous because I did research. He was a manager. It didn't work out for him, so now he want to be a star. Salute to you, Math Hoffa. That's your platform. Fuck them niggas.
I can't agree with the Puff statement though, because we like that 1-2. We like that 1-2. When it was hitting, we loved it.
It's always like that in the beginning.
Right. But up until Big Pass, we didn't have a problem with it. Suge Knight had a problem with it. But, who would you rather be, Puff or Suge Knight? Suge Knight right now.
Nah, man. Math Hoffa, man. Just keep pushing the culture forward, my nigga. We here behind you, bro. We know you. We don't know them other niggas. We watch the show because it's Math Hoffa.
Period.
That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This is a blessing in disguise. Trust me.
Hey, Math, would you interview Kanye right now?
Yes, I would.
Well, he got to take it down.
No, you just got to edit it right, but you'll be good.
Yes, Math is a black Israelite, Hebrew Israelite, low key. Come on, tell the truth, Math. No, I'm dead for real. Tell the truth.
I'm gonna keep it real. I studied Judaism when I was younger. I still remember the Hebrew alphabet. I could read words, but I can't tell you what they mean. Not every word.
I say that
Puff ain't gonna let you put that in.
Interview Kanye.
Puff ain't gonna let him do it.
I would do it, but here's the thing. I'm not just gonna let him say anything and not challenge the information that I'm getting. I think he caught Nori off guard. You know what I mean? Shout out to Nori, because Nori was just trying to give another black man a voice when he saw it was being silenced.
Man, that nigga wanted them Yeezys.
But, hey, Math, let me ask you a question. It's DWI. Now I got some service, say nervous. Yo, so...
D, what up, man? He acting like you're just a guy in the room. Like, what's up with you, man?
Nah, on Clubhouse, I'm just a guy. They don't know who I am.
All right.
It's cool, though.
This is the guy that started podcasting, for those that don't know.
Nah, it's cool, though.
Yeah.
We be trying to tell them, but they be still asleep. But, editing, in terms of editing, like when you do your show, like how that shit happened with Drink Champ, they didn't get a chance to like sit back and look and say, nah, this is gonna be too crazy. And from the battle rapping and all that shit, how it take time to edit, put certain shit out. So do you feel like they just didn't edit that on purpose because they wanted the views, or what happened with that?
Nah, you never know how people are gonna take what's being said.
Oh,
You
and
never
me as
know,
a producer, I be knowing, but some people still want certain things to come out on the song and this and that. I'm like, I don't know.
Right, but remember, there was a show called The Chappelle Show, which a lot of that shit was racially inappropriate, but we loved it. We loved it. The only time that motherfuckers had a problem with it was when Dave didn't feel like playing the game no more.
Important lesson.
But we loved that.
Lesson in being
so you never know how people are gonna take things.
Hey, man,
like you think about it, like if an interview was a movie, everything that was said in that Nori episode would have been fine.
Or a rap song too.
If
Kanye
it was
thought he was
scripted,
still rapping because if he was rapping, he could get away with all that shit. You can't get away with that shit in the video.
Right. But you can't. You know what I mean?
But you know how the radio has the FCC and you can't say whatever you want on the radio? I feel like now with podcasting, there's sort of like an FCC element in it. And for me and my podcast, and I'm still a beginner, I only had my podcast for like a year, but when I have certain guests, I pre-record certain people, and even me, who's a fucking nobody right now. You understand what I'm saying? I still edit certain things out. Well, thank you, Damien. Love you. But I edit certain shit out when certain people tell me things, because it's just the discernment to know, like, yo, I can't put this out because it's going to come back to bite me in the ass. I feel like with the Nori thing, it was pre-recorded. It should have been somebody in there to have that discernment, like, nah, we got to take this out, because he was like talking circles around them. And it was certain shit that was like even red flag, like, not to say they had to edit it out to the point that they was silencing him, but there was certain shit that I believe should have been edited out. I don't know. But.
No, I feel like, it wasn't forced down. Like, a lot of people probably think that, they got contacted by the Jewish mafia or something, and they had to shut it down. That was Nori's decision.
That's not true. That's not true.
It is true. It is true, because I'm getting this from two of the main sources behind that show.
But wasn't his decision due to the pressure, though?
No, it was his decision due to feeling like he was tarnishing the reputation.
That's not true, Math Hoffa.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Just let me finish it. He was tarnishing the reputation of someone's father, who created who from what happened to him created like or rather increased a powerful movement. I was on the phone with Nori for hours when that happened.
But can I pull up what about when he said on Hot 97 in Breakfast Club, when he said, I didn't realize it until I looked at it. But listen what I'm saying, Matt Hopper. He said, I don't look at the video.
You can go for like, it's the Breakfast Club, it's the game, you know what I mean? But I know personally, he felt the way about the pain of someone's daughter.
So where was the pain that when you had the conversation with him, when he said black slavery was a choice and he put him on the show? Did you ask him about that?
I mean, again,
I'm black.
Again, like what? And you might feel like it wasn't, right? You feel like slavery was not a choice. I differ from you, because we idolize people like Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner, who felt like it was a choice.
But
you dig what I'm saying?
But you misinterpreted what he said. You taking it to make it fit your intelligence. By him saying slavery was a choice, wasn't comparing it to Harriet Tubman and all of that. Because you got to remember, they ran away from being a slave.
Right.
So they already
that was their choice.
But listen what I'm saying. They accepted the choice already. We don't know how many years they were slaves.
Yeah, but for me,
there's no but after that. They were slaves first.
There is an awakening moment. For me, I feel like love is an eye-opening factor. And if you were born a slave and, you grew up under these conditions or whatever, from the time that you have a child, from the time that you fall in love with a woman and you see the treatment. You might not feel that way for yourself, but you see the treatment that your child is undergoing, or the treatment that your wife is undergoing, your woman or whoever, or just people that you care for. There's something that clicks in your mind that says, this ain't right.
But all right, so what you telling me, you justifying a relationship with a girl and your child to where over millions of people got caught up in that to this day.
Right.
That's what you,
that's to show you how devious, like the nigga that came up with the whole what's the fucking name of the shit? There was a rule book for slavery.
Oh, the Negro.
Willie Lynch. Yeah, how devious this man had to be, and how wicked and how evil he had to be to create these conditions to brainwash you. I think the only thing that could have awakened you out of that brainwashing was love. So no, it might not have been a choice for everybody, but we do celebrate the people who saw it as a choice, such as Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner.
You know, they say Nat Turner's story not real, right?
And they're gonna say that because they would never want to.
No, white person ain't say that. White person ain't say that.
All right, then I question that person. Yeah, because I know people like Nat Turner and Tucson were the reasons why slavery ended, the real reasons why slavery ended.
All right, Matt, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
So, can y'all reset the room real quick?
Welcome. Good afternoon, y'all. Good evening for some of y'all. Y'all see where we at. Definitely Cloud Chasers. If you're not following the house at the top, please make sure you're following it. Today's topic is Math Hoffa fires Hynaken and Esso after a new Revolt deal. As y'all see, Math is graciously came and let us know his side of the story. He's answering some questions, but y'all remember the one mic policy. Please be respectful. Don't try not to talk over top of each other so we can all understand what's going on and get a clear view. But make sure y'all following the mods, ping up, invite people. Definitely make sure you're following Math on all platforms, just so you can stay tuned with what he has going on in his future. But thanks. Let's get back to it.
Share the room. This is an exclusive.
Yo, Matt, you ever thought about interviewing Farrakhan, minister?
I would love to. That's top 5 right there.
M-Dot in the building too, man.
What up, y'all?
What up?
Math, what's good, bro?
I'm chilling, man.
Hey, man.
How you?
Hey, man, I'm sorry to say this is growing pains when you get a little bit of paper, you heard?
Yeah, it's a fact. But, you know, you learn from it. You move on. You grow. And you create stronger circles.
I hate that y'all, because I really like that podcast, bro. Like after Drink Champs is y'all. You know what I mean? I really love y'all podcast.
Well, let me ask you a question. Because we done dropped 4 episodes without him. Did anybody notice?
I did. The Derrick Rose one didn't look right.
No, I didn't notice that.
Nigga, I didn't notice shit.
I didn't notice.
Hey, yo, one
I
time
noticed the deal was
that Derrick Rose
I ain't gonna lie. I watch all your episodes, bro, and I noticed, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That
was a trial and error situation. You know, Derrick, the way it happened, it was just, you know, I rushed for that because when somebody like of his stature hits you up and you know he doesn't do interviews at all. Right. All. I did. Look him up. He might be doing them now, but he hasn't been doing interviews. And he hit me up and said he's compelled to do my show tonight. Bruh.
Nah,
that's what I heard.
I had to make it
happen.
I had to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, son. This, you know, and especially at a time where I'm like, yo, am I doing the right thing? Am I good with letting these guys go? What am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? God, give me a sign. And then I get a phone call from Derrick Rose, and he's like, a voice told me to come do your show.
Oh, that's it.
Deep.
Hey,
Matt, what was the build up like to finally letting them go, or was it something just immediate that happened? And you just
it was a bunch of stuff. It was just differences, seeing the little division You know, we got booked for the Made in America concert, and I rented a Sprinter, and these 3 niggas rode in the car without us.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because Esso spoke on this interview about, you know, previously before this happened, that he was leaving the show before, and he ended up coming back. So I was wondering, like, what happened with that? Like, what the issue was?
We had it's just, yo, bro, like, again, I'll tell y'all, like, yeah, I've grown, but I haven't changed 100%. So when I walk in a room and I just feel nasty energy, I'm going to try to figure out where it's coming from. And one day, I don't know, I just locked on the Esso, and I'm like, yo, what's up with you? Like, your body language, everything is saying that you just don't fuck with me, bro. And we got into it. And, you know, he left that night. Hynaken stayed. He said 6 words that episode. It's like, all right, cool. I understand these guys is a package deal. And I appreciated what the contributions to Hynaken. He was the only person that was, you know, but, you know, Mech does too. He was one of the people that used to try to get questions together and, you know, do research. You know, and so would be sitting there like, oh, I didn't know that. And guess
and Mech is a real journalist too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But there was a certain level I want to do this at. So I used to encourage everybody, go do research, get some questions, see if you could find, let's come back to the table, let's see if we got the same questions, if we came up with the same stuff, like figure out a way to do it. Okay, I want to go here and then go here so that we could come back around to this. And once he's comfortable enough, then we can get into the hard questions. And, you know, there's a method to my madness.
Hey, man.
But he
ask you a question. Oh, my God.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, he wasn't, you know, I kind of, that it started from that night. And Hynaken called me the next day, and he talked me into bringing him back. And when he came back, I still felt that energy, but I let it go. And, you know, I guess it spread around the shop.
All right, quick question on the media side. Real fast, let me slide this in. How much of being on the other side of the mic for all of those years, I mean, you gave me the credit, and I salute you for that, but I definitely appreciate and see what you're doing with what you started. And I know where you came from being a battle rapper, from going through all of that bullshit you had to go through, all the fights and all that shit, and now to be on the other side, and now you look at where you at again in front of the media. Like, how much of that media training has helped you? Because you sound wonderful right now. I'm like, damn, this is the same math that Smack Doses had on. But you sound like I hear the growth, and I'm speaking from I watched you grow like for the last 15 years. So I'm just giving you those flowers, but asking the question too.
Right. I think it's not media training, because I've never had media training.
No, well, you're being interviewed. You're being interviewed so much.
Yeah. I hit every branch. I fell plenty of times. I hit every branch on the way down, learned something, went back up, fell again, hit the branches, went back up. But I can't, the way that I speak now, I feel like the source that I can attribute that to is just hanging around people more successful than me. You kind of pick things up, you know? And after doing 100 or something episodes, of course that helped. But, you know, I get this from, you know, aspiring to be something greater than I am today. And, you know, kind of looking around like, who are those people? Who are those people that I would like to be next door neighbors with? Who are the people that I'd like to have a business with one day? And just watch how they move. And you pick things up. So I think that helped a lot.
Yo, Math Hoffa, do you interview battle rappers?
We just had Daylight on the platform.
But he didn't really speak. They really the real battle rappers, from Mecca, or other states to where they really hold weight. Dollar, I don't really, know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like the real ones, Loaded Lux, things of that nature.
Battle rap is real cliquish. And I feel like I did a lot in the battle rap world where, people didn't like me. I was a guy that was going to try to find out the real shit. I didn't like making up stories. I didn't like trying to come up with fake angles. I liked saying the real shit. Like, if you watch my last battle with Geechee, third round, I'm breaking down the Rico and telling niggas to drop their flag. This shit is coming. It's gonna hurt everybody. And you know, niggas is like, yeah, that was a cool round, but I think Geechee got it. You know what I mean? And then now you look at what Surf is going through, and it's like, damn, bro, if niggas just, you know, didn't judge the messenger more than they listen to the message.
But they not big as you, Math Hoffa. You got a major platform. They would definitely love to sit on your in the barber chair, and you could get to ask some questions. Because a lot of people in hip hop culture of today, they're not too familiar with battle rapping. By you having that platform, and that's your root, that's how we know you. I think that's where you need to channel your energy to. That's just me personally, bro. I think that's your lane. There's nobody with a platform as big as yours that could do that. That's your own lane. You be the master of ceremony on that. Instead of just, you know, fucking with these known celebrities. I think you should do those battle rappers. I think
well, a lot of these known celebrities are my friends. So
No. I'm not taking that away, brother. That's not what I'm saying, bro. That's not what I'm saying. If you hit that battle rap, you know how, from my understanding, them niggas get money. So don't you think they need media coverage too?
Yo, P.
I don't
Yes, sir.
I would love to do something for the battle rap culture, but again, I'm on that fool be once, shame on you, fool be twice. I went that route. I got a lot of hate. A lot of people tried to build their channels up off of hating on me and all that shit, and I just felt like, y'all niggas kind of turned me off from the whole shit. Now, will I still attend shit? Like I just did Loaded Lux has a documentary. It's just a shout out to Tiff Lux. She got a documentary coming out, and I went through and I sat down, gave him a good 3 hours for that.
Yo, P, I was in the building. I was in the shop when he interviewed Jen and Keisha. You heard? That was
Yeah. No. I seen those. I just thought that I'm looking at it like Math Hoffa's major when it comes to battle rap. I think that he could master that lane because, from my understanding, you got a lot of quote unquote rich people, rich rappers trying to get involved in that. If Math Hoffa got that platform, that means that he's gonna be like the first one to do it because his platform is big. So anything that generates from that goes to him. You get what and I consider that pushing the culture forward because before niggas had a song, niggas was battling, and there's no platform for that. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I think there are platforms for that. Like shout out to Jay Black, shout out to Henny Man, shout out to Piper Boy Williams, shout out to Hip Hop Is Real, shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. There's plenty of platforms for
Angry Fan.
Yeah, Angry Fan. Like shout out to them. Like those are the platforms for battle rap. I just feel like I went through too much with these niggas, son. I really went through too much with these niggas, man. And it just put a bad taste in my mouth, and I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. Anytime I go in that direction, like even recently, I did a Hip Hop Is Real interview, and they put up some goofy ass picture for the thumbnail, and I'm like, why would you niggas do that? See, that's why I can't fuck with you niggas, man. I can't.
But you know they hating on you, Mav. They know you get to that bag.
So here's my
you gotta help them then.
Well, exactly. So it's like,
but I'm not saying he don't gotta be.
All these subscribers I got, I'm gonna take them and say, hey guys, let me introduce you to my haters.
No. I'm not saying. You know, you got friends in the rap battle. Everybody's not your enemy. That's all I'm saying, bro. I ain't trying.
And the people who are my friends, they're welcome. They're more than welcome. Sirius Jones called me about coming on the show.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
you're more than welcome. But nah, I'm not going out.
Yo, I when I found this show, I was super hyped because I'm 39. So when I started watching it, I'm like, yo, these is all the niggas I wanted to hear have an interview on some podcast shit. Honestly, I think you bigger than that. I think you the Joe Rogan of hip hop right now. You had on fucking Omar Epps, bro. Like that's hip hop affiliated, and he a real DJ. You feel me? So I think you should keep going, doing what you're doing, and I think you about to transcend this shit.
Second that.
I got a question.
I got a question. Oprah in the shop, to be honest, bro.
I can see that.
What's your favorite interview you did so far? Like, what was the one that fucked your head up? Like, damn, this nigga really sitting in front of me.
Clark Kent.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy. And he gave you all the stories too.
Yeah, that's the big homie, man. I've been looking up to Clark since I was a kid.
So y'all know how much money I did this research. Y'all know how much money Joe Rogan made in 2009? No,
he's white, my nigga.
No. Hold on. Let me get my.
Roll up.
I'm talking
Just
about
chill.
the platform. So in 2019, I think he made like $19 million off of podcasting. And I know these numbers now because I'm doing it. I teach podcasting in school, man. And I'm actually going back now. And because at the beginning, I was like the beginning of it. And now I have to go back and see where we at now. And people like you, Joe, and Joe Rogan's, like, those are the people that I teach to my kids. Like, I know I know 2 of the 3 that I see where y'all going with the podcast outside of drink camps. And it's amazing the money that you can make if you just stay focused and put brands and stuff behind the conversations that we have. And so it's a different thing. Like, advertising of how it used to be is definitely not what it is today.
I want to say shout out to Q-Tip. So one day I got a call from him not too long ago, and he was like, he sent me this interview with this dude that got like 7 million for his podcast. And he was like, yo, I had a dream. You got the bag from this shit. And I was like, say word, Tip. He was like, yeah, son, just keep going. Just keep going. I want to say shout out to Q-Tip, man, because I see it.
I see that shit, Math. That's a fact.
Hey, yo, Math, I'm gonna keep
that's why I told you.
Hey, yo, Math, I'm gonna keep it a buck. When you look at brothers like Gillian Wild, when they got that 100 mil, man, how you feel about that, man? Especially
ain't getting no 100 mil, my nigga.
We don't know the details of that, but a nigga ain't just gonna throw out 100 mil if he ain't got at least 80 or 70. You know what I'm saying? Like, a nigga's gonna keep it within the realms. You know what I mean? Because people gonna start looking like, yo, where's your yacht, my nigga? Like, you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna be looking like, nigga, thought you got 100 mil. But I'm proud, bro. Like, his family is forever changed. You know what I'm saying? Like you there, my nigga. You can help change environments now.
Especially Wallow just did 20 years and came home and turned up like that. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
But understand the focus.
That's a blessing.
Out with. Understand the focus. And to my understanding, for everybody I speak to from Philly, like, he always been focused like that. He just made a mistake. And one mistake cost him 20 years.
No, niggas was here. We was hearing about him upstate, like in the actual city. Like, niggas didn't know the face, but niggas was hearing about niggas coming home, being motivated from him and shit like that, going through motivation classes with him upstate. So he was buzzing already.
Jail.
Yeah, he was buzzing in Philly already before he came home. Like, but niggas didn't know the face to it. They didn't know who he was. And then when he came home, like, the motherfucker was just in the rain doing videos and shit. Like, how can you not
Wallow's
see that?
The truth.
Listen, I gotta be honest. And these are 2 of the smartest niggas in the podcast shit. Because bruh, they showed me their setup. They don't got a cameraman. They do all of that themselves.
Trying to tell you.
Oh, that's Dolo?
That's
Period. Dolo. Just like YouTubers do it. You think they got... Not every YouTuber be doing interviews with a whole bunch of cast and crew and lighting and all that shit. Like, you can do it dolo. You got to learn everything. This way, nobody can tell you they got something over you. Oh, I know how to do the camera. I know how to do the lights. I taught myself how to edit. I'm self-taught. Fuck that.
That's where I'm at now. Like, I had to go to B&H and blow the bag and be like, let me get all this shit figured out.
You know what I mean? Just YouTube it, man, and then do some research. You're gonna learn how to do everything.
Better yet, you could just
bro, you get a tripod and a camera with a stabilizer, you good, man. The cameraman out of there.
No, but they had to go through the same shit he went through. Like, Billy and them had plenty of episodes where plenty of people on there that didn't make that in studios that they were having.
Right. Now, imagine if those people would have stayed down.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Gillian Wallen.
I feel like it just boiled down to what you said earlier, Mav. Like, everybody ain't got the same faith, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? You could see once people ain't got the same work ethic, but you ain't gonna be able to tell until it's time to work.
Right. But, you know, people will learn. If you really about it, you're gonna learn.
You can only connect the dots going backwards, yo. That's the thing about media and this history of music that we in. Yeah, we could look back at pictures and videos and be like, yes, that's I did that, I did that. But when it comes to looking forward, like where you at right now, like you don't know what it's looking like for, but you got the vision already, and everybody can't see inside your head. And that's the biggest problem when you're a creator and you starting some shit from the beginning, is that nobody never want to fuck with you until they see some shit and they be, that's what you meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Right.
You didn't sit down.
And if you're around people that's constantly trying to downplay who you are, they're not gonna see it. They want to believe it's them.
Big facts.
What's the main advice that you would give to new content creators?
Be focused, be about your craft. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. I look at Nori, I look at Gillian Wallow, but in my head, I got a picture of what I could be, and that's where I'm going. When you compare yourself to other people, once you surpass them, you lost. You don't know what to do after that. You know what I'm saying? So always have there's always somebody in the room with me. And that's me 10 years from now. And he got everything that I want. When I'm fucking up, he's not around. But when I'm doing the right thing, he's right there clapping for me. And I keep that mind frame of where I want to be. It's always in my head. But the most important thing I'm going to say to anybody is don't worry about shit being perfect. Just start. All you got to do is start.
Yo, Chuck said that same shit. When I interviewed Big Chuck, he said the same shit that Mav just said. Don't worry about shit being perfect. Just start. You could get better as you go. You gotta build. You gotta build from somewhere.
And that's really Mav. This is Rudy Lowe. I have a question. I had caught you and Queen Flip on a live on Instagram. When I first caught Winner, what went on with your podcast with Esso and them, right? And I followed it from I watched the Bag Fuel episode with all four of them, with Shampoo and the other brother up there, right? And to my understanding, from what I can see, Esso and the other brother, his partner, both of them is like introverted. Like they lay back. They seem like they don't want to be confrontational or argumentative and things of that nature. So, you know, everybody's in the learning process. You still in the learning process, so you ain't perfect. Right. You openly admitted that you may have made errors or whatever, but you still reached out and they ain't reciprocate like on the communication level. Right. So, it can't be worked out no way, like, because I vibe with the whole show, and from what I take, when he spoke about the brother, somebody named Smitty or something like that, it seemed like he may not be on both of them understand it's your show, and they may not be a major factor like you, because it is your show, but they still made contributions. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But even network when they threw around Smitty. I'm sorry. Finish what you're saying. I said the networking, looking from the outside, from a fan perspective, it seemed to type perfect. From what I look at, like, let's say people like Bimmy, 50, Bimmy, Yayo, a lot of the remarkable or a lot of the episodes that stand out, I take it they had something to do with the networking. No, they didn't. You feel what I'm saying? Because they used to work with some people before. No, they didn't. I understand what they were trying to make it look like, but if you watch the episode with Bimmy, you'll see that he wanted to sign me when I was young. No, I noticed that. I also noticed they didn't book Bimmy. With all the I also noticed Yayo and what's it called being confrontational. Right. With all the industry connections that they say that they have, they only brought 2 guests to the show the whole time they was there.
Yo, I bought more guests up there, man.
Yeah, I was wondering why Diddy didn't come there yet. If Diddy worked with him.
Well, we'll see what happens in the future. But
yeah, because I thought since Hynaken was on there, 50 was gonna be on the events like somewhere.
Yeah, you see 50 on there?
Like, what the fuck's going on?
You know what I mean? Yayo's somebody I've been reaching out to for years. Like, he been reaching out to me. We seen battle and all that stuff. So the same relationships that they claim, oh, we had a relationship with most of these. No, some of these niggas are my friends, bro. Like, you know what I mean? While I'm going through all this shit, I'm on the phone with Bimmy, and Bimmy's like, damn, bro, I wanted y'all to keep it together. Like, you can't take credit for that. But this is what I'm saying. When you around people who are constantly trying to dim your light and make theirs brighter, like they're leaving out the facts. You didn't book these people. I booked them. You brought Rockwaller, you brought Clue. Thank you. Shout out to Rockwaller. I don't know if he's still in the building. Shout out to Clue. But with all the connections that you boast to have, those are the only two people you brought to the show.
Oh, so he had nothing to do with the original deal. Remember, I don't know if you saw it, but he spoke about something when he came aboard 8 months prior. You had almost 300,000. He went to Revolt and proposed something. They didn't bite. And a few months later, it came back around
it's
again.
not that they didn't bite. He sent representatives that had nothing to do with Revolt. They made me an offer that didn't come from Revolt.
Oh, all right, I did.
So I started reaching out to my connections, and I got around and I said, okay, all right. They put me in contact with the people at Revolt, and they were like, yo, we don't know these guys.
No, because I heard it, and I was kind of dumbfounded because if he used to manage Diddy, and I see Diddy on his short stories, I'm like, why wouldn't you know what I mean? Like, why would the communication be that difficult if you have that level of, know what I mean, network?
Well, why was the communication difficult with me?
No, I ain't saying with you, I'm saying on his behalf.
No, but
he could have
what I'm
closed
saying. Sometimes niggas' egos is out of control. I don't got no problem with, such and such a time, and I'm gonna go over here and talk to him, I can get him on the show or whatever. Some people feel like they too big for that. Like I said, after a while, niggas was just showing up. No research. No research, no nothing. It was just showing up. But then you're gonna sit on this hour and 45-minute hate talk, hate math Hoffa, a podcast, and act like, yeah, we have relationships with all these people. Yeah, then why didn't you bring them? I got it in your contract. Your contract said that if you book these niggas, if you book somebody, you get paid double. Ask them how many times they got paid double.
Sound like they didn't want to work.
This is what I'm saying. And then niggas want to
they
make
say
it seem
some
like
of their
they did all this shit. You didn't do it. I was grooming Esso to take over the show, bro. I just started a label. I know I'm going to be wild busy. I got a production company. I'm going to do movies. Shout out to Omar Epps. He's sending me scripts, all types of shit. I'm like, I got to figure this shit out. I was trying to groom this nigga to take over the show. He didn't want to do that. But then you go start your own show? Come on, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So if you was grooming him, you did kind of respect his business sense in a way, at least.
No, I felt like he was charismatic enough. He just had to learn to stop talking about himself all the time.
Yeah, stop focusing on the bag.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He do got.
I can't even say it's a focus on the bag because if it was really about the bag, bro, if it's really about the bag, would niggas really be complaining about money?
No, that's another thing that bugs me out. Both of y'all mentioned, and he mentioned that he never asked for it. He wasn't asking for it. I understand from that point of view because it's a contract. I shouldn't have to ask you. I don't want to be argumentative. But you're not asking because you're okay. And I heard Queen Flip say that he conversed with his moms, and his moms was like, nah, he all right. He got an income. He understand what it takes.
Bro, this is what he told me to my face.
His moms.
Look, this is the pattern that me and Space Ghost had. He would shoot a bunch of episodes, let the money stack up, and then get the lump sum. When he signed the contract, I said, you want to do this weekly shit or you want to keep doing the stack-up shit? He was like, it don't matter, I'll do it.
See, and that's bad because on the show, he explained the shampoo every time the money come in, I give it to you, I give you a receipt. See how I deal with you? And that's how he portrayed it just now. He didn't state that. You understand what I'm saying? That he said, let it accumulate it up.
Again, they could say what they want, bro, but that's not the reason you're not on the show no more. You're not on the show because you violated your contract. If that was the reason, then them niggas would have been doing their blog 2 months ago when the shit was over. That's not the reason. So, niggas can make that argument if they want, but that's not the reason you're not on the show. The reason you're not on the show is because you violated your contract. You're supposed to communicate with me. You didn't communicate with me. You wasn't supposed to create another show. You created another show doing the same thing that we did.
Yeah, it's like competition.
Right. And then you ran over to Clue and said, we need a new leader. We need a new leader, Clue.
Because him and Clue, he could have did a show with Clue before he did a show with you.
Apparently not, because I'm not going to get into that.
Clue wasn't ready.
But Clue, you know who you Clue just know who you sit next to. Just know who you sit next to. Because if he's telling you stories about me, guess what? He told me stories about you too. It's what it is.
Well, I'm excited for the future for you and what you got going on, and because you got so many ideas, and like you said, you're working on a lot of different projects now, and you're super creative. You want to create a lot of shows and stuff, so it's only up from here. That's why I keep saying I'm focused on that. I want to see what's going in the future.
Well, a lot more, but for this weekend, chilling with the kids, doing a Halloween thing,
Do niggas tell you that you be having a mad noit when that gunshot shit go off at the end?
Yeah. That shit be like, wake up, niggas.
When that shit go off with the headphones in, niggas be scared as shit.
Yo, that should be like, wake up,
you do that shit on purpose, right?
Yeah, facts. It's like, yo, wake up. That's the whole point of the gunshot. Wake up.
No, that shit ain't even compressed or nothing. It's just a gunshot right in your ear. Wow.
No, I turned it down. My new cameraman, my new editor, he turns it down, so it's not too crazy now.
Hey, yo, Math, I'm gonna keep it a bug. You might be the first one with that VR joint, man.
Yeah, that should be bugging me out. I be watching that shit.
Yo, do you watch it with the Oculus glasses?
No, see, I gotta find some glasses. I did see that shit, the 3D joint. Keep doing that shit.
Look, when you put on the Oculus glasses, you're sitting right in the middle of the interview. So like you can turn around, you can look at niggas' feet, you can see what's up at the ceiling, you can see who's walking by through the window outside. You can see everything. You see Space Ghost behind the camera, you can see, you know what I mean, or whoever's behind the camera now. Like, it's dope. I with the Meta World and all that shit. I wanted to be one of the first people that stepped into that realm and because I don't do live shows. So if you want the feeling of a live show, you know what I mean? Instead of spending, $150 on a ticket or whatever, just go get you an Oculus, put it on, and go watch the VR joint through the Oculus, and you're right in the middle of the room. You can stare at niggas' jewelry, you can look up niggas' noses if you want to, like, see everything.
Would you take your show on tour?
No. I don't like live shows.
But Math, you could get niggas to perform. That should be lit, Math.
Yeah, but it's like if you watch the live shows that other shows do, there's always like a scripted part that you could tell, like, okay, this was a routine or whatever. I don't want to do all that. I want the authentic conversation. Everybody loves the barbershop. You know what I mean? Rather than go create a set and travel here, and there, and then you never know. Like, you don't have no control over that. I like the environment that we have.
I was the master of battle rap live shit. remember all his words. Don't want to do a live podcast. I'm just fucking with you right now. That's crazy.
Maybe you could have a studio audience in there one day or something.
I always
go check y'all out.
The fact that when I see our battle rap, I'm like, how the fuck do you remember all this shit in the midst of it, up in the nigga face, spitting in your face, and you got it. But and again, I started doing podcasts live. That's how I started. I don't know no other way. Live, I could do that shit all day with my eyes closed. The pre-recorded shit is like, oh, you gonna give me time to edit shit? Oh, we good. But the live shit, like.
The live shit is cool, but when you got a whole bunch of people on there and you don't got no control over what they're gonna say, live could be dangerous.
Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's true. I like to pre-record.
Right.
Shout out to what New York sound like too.
You seen the drama the other day, right?
Yo, my son just came in the crib and already he got my Dior's on. He think just because we got the same foot size now, he can take all my shit.
He can.
Oh yeah. You just got here. And you laced them up. Like, yo, where you going?
Mav, is Mecca still on the show?
Yes, Mecca's still there. Big is still there. You know, I've been with the past 2 episodes, we had my bro Champ from the Vibes TV and Viral Magazine. That's like real popping in the jails.
I'm here.
And we definitely want to get some content to the brothers that's locked down.
So moving forward, any way you want to give us some type of heads up, sneak peek, or clue on who you might be thinking of putting in those seats, or maybe one of them?
Queens flipping Joe Budden.
You dead ass, my nigga?
Dead ass.
Queens flip on your podcast is gonna be crazy, gang.
That'd be crazy, bro.
Mav, you've been shooting that Joe. Come on now. You've been shooting that Joe.
And it's fine. Listen, you know what I love about Joe? Joe loves to show people that he doesn't care so much that anytime somebody comes on my platform and they talk about him, he calls me the next day to talk about random shit other than what was said on the platform.
Right.
Like, I love that. I'm like, Joe doesn't take none of this shit personal. And I appreciate that. You know what I mean? It gets dangerous with him sometimes because you don't know if he's going like, is Joe going entertainment or is he being real? You know what I mean? But he's good at what he does.
Somebody ping Joe in here, man. Yeah. Ping Joe in here so we can line it up.
Yeah, that nigga, he probably in the room with a bunch of hoes.
Facts. But yo, I gotta go, y'all. But thank you to everybody that listened. Everybody that tuned in.
Thank you, man.
Thank you
for coming through. We appreciate
you. Salute. Big salute.
Keep checking in. The Death of the Clout Chaser. You never know. This might be one of the most popping shows in the future. That it's doing the same numbers that Joe Rogan is doing. You never know. Never know.
Right. Big salute, Death of the Clout.
Salute, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm out. I want to give a shout out to my artist Brooklyn Hands, Coney Island Hands. I know y'all, if you're familiar with the battle rap world, you probably remember him. He was with me all the time, big, tall, basketball playing, looking ass nigga, darkness when he entered the room. I signed up to my record label, DFG Records. Stay tuned for the shit that's coming from here.
All right, good luck.
Salute.
IG, Math, and all that other shit, bro.
You already. Math.Hoffa on IG, Math Hoffa on Twitter, and that's probably the only 2 places you're going to find me unless you see me over here or on YouTube.
That's right. Big salute down.
Cool, homie. I'm going to hit your phone, bro. Good looking.
All right, bro.
Chuck, you did it again, man.
And the biggest.
Chuck, you did it again, bro. You did.
Salute.
Big salute.
Shout out that boy Red.
Yeah, whoever put this together, big ups. This was definitely an exclusive. Thank you.
Right, shout out Reds.
Big shout out Reds.
Big up, Reds.
Yo, salute to everybody that came through. I got actually 2 interviews that I could drop that y'all ain't heard yet. It's right before the breakup though. Hynaken Esso. So y'all let me know if y'all want me to drop it. Leave it in the comments. Let's get it.